The jack-o'-lantern.
Got some black powder, like most games, for a spooky event. This is the Sleepy Hollow event. Hollow or Hollow? The event is based off the legend of Sleepy Hollow, which was a novel published in 1820 about the Headless Horseman. You see, the Headless Horseman boss has 1000 health, which sometimes leave you wondering, just die already! The reward you get for beating this boss is a jack-o'-lantern or a sword. I'll get to these things later. Okay, it's time to hunt down the Headless Horseman. Going into this map, you have to go through this cornfield and get a shovel, then dig up these holes, just find one skull, which you're going to use later. And then you basically just gotta hope that you don't get dragged away by the Headless Horseman. You then go to this shack. You take this wood off the door, and you have to survive this zombie wave while loading the cannon to shoot the door down, and then... Yup, there's a second Headless Horseman attack. And it's not too easy either. The Headless Horseman's Saber Slash does an insta-kill to you. And not to mention that his horse can actually stun you, and then he can behead you, which you gotta be really careful for. If you do get past the Headless Horseman bit with most of your team, you'll get to the factory, where you put the skull from earlier into the crusher, where then a zombie horde comes, and then you have to push a log over a bridge and then travel to Sleepy Hollow. Pretty simple.
Nice.
Now, I do have one criticism with this map. Right at the end, final bit at the bridge, the Headless Horseman can literally get on the bridge. I don't know if this is intentional or a glitch, but I think it needs to get fixed. Sleepy Hollow is the map where you fight the Headless Horseman, obviously. And let's just say he has a range of attacks. His first attack is the Saber Slash, which I talked about in the road to Sleepy Hollow. His next attack is basically him knocking you over with his horse. Then you got the pumpkin attack, where he throws a pumpkin at you and like sets you on fire. Now his fourth attack is quite interesting. You see, when you enter Sleepy Hollow, there's a bunch of headless dead. When he says rise, they all kind of rise up and attack you. Wait, is that purple guy? These zombies can parry your hits, and they're very hard to kill. They do a lot of damage. And he also summons another wave of just zombies. When the Headless Horseman originally came out this year, he wasn't really that hard to beat. But after the rework, 90% damage resistance against the knockgun. That's right, they buffed him. And that leaves the only good weapon for this update. And that's the rifle. You see, the reason why I chose the rifle is because 1, it does high damage, 2, you can aim with it, kind of like a sniper. His only issue is... The reward for beating the Headless Horseman once is getting a jack-o'-lantern. It lights up your path, you can see where you're going. This lantern is great for clearing the way of zombies, or like in the dark part of catacombs, where like you can't see and you have to use the lantern to get the key. Lantern's pretty cool. The next item is Le Revenant. You see, Le Revenant is really hard to get. You gotta complete You gotta complete Road to Sleepy Hollow and Sleepy Hollow in one life back to back. Sounds very easy, it's not. And then once you've died on the Headless Horseman, you know you're gonna have to start all over again. By the way, this took me a day to get. Hey, here's a funny thing actually. I actually got the final shot on the Headless Horseman. Anyways, so that's the Headless Horseman update. It's pretty cool. It's much more cool than last year, I think. The new map really improved it. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.